we're really excited and we're honored to be able to speak to you guys today. So thank you for being here. And I guess I'll just start by saying, as Dad mentioned, that I majored in government, which at Dartmouth is a poli-sci major, and I minored in environmental policy. And when I was in college, when I was your age, I really, I felt very engaged in the political process. I was excited about it. I felt hopeful. I wanted to go into politics, maybe get a law degree, which my mom was really excited about. Then when I decided I wanted to be a comedian, she was like, "Do you want to be buried or do you want to be cremated?" But we worked that out. But you know, there was a time in my life where I felt really excited and engaged in the political process. And since then, probably like a lot of you, I've started to get really, really discouraged and really feel disconnected and disappointed and disillusioned in what's happened in politics, and especially over the last 8 years. It's been a really difficult time, and things that I cared about really deeply, for one reason or another, felt like no one else cared about them, and so maybe I shouldn't care about them either. And it's exciting right now because we finally have a candidate that I think is making so many Americans of every background, every income level, every ethnicity, every gender feel hopeful and excited, not just about the future of the country, but about getting involved in the political process. And that's why I'm here. I've never done this before. I've never gone on a campaign for a candidate before. I feel that excited about what's happening. And I also feel it's that important. And that's why we're here to talk to you guys, because it is important. And I think a lot of times when you look at the political process, you feel like, okay, I'm just one person, I can't change things, I can't make a difference, no matter what I do, it's just a drop in the bucket. And what we're here to tell you is that it is important, that every single one of you can make a real difference, not just in this election, but in the way, the path that this country takes in the future. Thank you. And that's what we're here to talk to you guys about. You can make a difference, and sometimes it feels like you can't, you know? What I want to talk about quickly is the fact that right now it feels like this is a really crazy time in our country's history, right? The economy is, look, it's jacked up. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I can try to put it nicely, but the last 8 years of economic policies have really put it in a ditch. And a lot of times when you're young, when you're in college especially, you feel like, well, you know, that's somebody else's problem. I got my own problems trying to get through school. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my tuition this semester. I'm trying to figure out, what I'm going to do afterwards. But every single thing that has happened with the economy and with politics over the last 8 years is absolutely affecting you guys right now. It's going to continue to affect you as you go through school. Trying to get a loan. I mean, when I went to school, let me just say right now, I came from a working class family. My parents were poor. Okay, my dad was a butcher. He cut meat in a meat cutting factory. He made very, very little money. Sometimes we ate what he brought home from work. Okay, and my parents scraped and saved every penny that they had to send me to school. They worked 2 jobs. They gave things up. When I went, that didn't mean anything, because when I went to college, we did not have the money to put me through college. And I got grants, and I got loans, and I worked all the way through school, and I borrowed an incredible amount of money that it took me years and years to pay off. So I know exactly what it's like to worry about how you're going to pay for school. I know what that's like. I know what that feels like. Let me tell you, I want to tell you when I graduated, but it was a long time ago, and I just put those loans down. But when I borrowed money for school, the rates were really low. They were like 3%, 4%. What's happening right now is that money is going away. That money is going away. And now that free money that you used to be able to get from the government, you used to be able to get free money from the government, that money doesn't exist anymore because they spent it on other crap. And it is crap, most of it. Right now, what they're doing, what's happening with this administration and their economic policies is that they're spending all the rest of that money that might have been there for things that are more important, like education, like healthcare, like college tuition. And so sometimes these political issues feel very remote, but right now, these things are affecting all of us, and they're affecting us right now, and we can change it. We can make a difference. And that's why we're here, because there is one candidate who cares deeply about these things and knows how to fix them, and that's Barack Obama, and that's why we're here today. I got it all out without having to look at my notes. Okay. So what I want to say is that while it seems like it's a scary time, and it seems like there's uncertainty about the economy, and it seems like there's uncertainty about the war and the environment and healthcare and education, there is something that we all can do, because there is a candidate that cares deeply about these things and that wants to change them. But the reality of politics and the American process is that one person cannot do this alone. One candidate cannot do this alone. This is a democracy, and in a democracy, every single voice counts. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it does, but it does. And the way that we can change this country is as a team, and I'm talking about a team of Americans. And that means taking responsibility, because what's great about this country is that a poor girl who's the daughter of a meat cutter, and a working class kid who's putting their way through school, and a young mom who's a single mom who's got a kid and is putting herself through school every day, that you can make a difference, that you can change your lives, and that you can change this country. You can do it. But we have to do that together. What's great about the promise of this country and the promise of those opportunities, not just for rich kids who grew up with lots of money, who went to private school, and whose parents sent them to expensive colleges, but poor kids like me, like all of you, like Barack Obama, who grew up poor and went to a great school and changed his life, is that with that great opportunity comes great responsibility. We have it like no other country in the world, and yes, there are flaws. We have many flaws in this country. But we are aware of them and we can fix them, and there's no other country like that where together we can make things better. So what we're here to do today is to say to you, not just to wear a pin, not just to go get a fly t-shirt made out of rhinestones with Obama's face on it, not just to rock the gear, but to really make a difference. And it doesn't have to mean changing your life and giving things up. It does mean talking to your friends. Not just making sure that they support Obama, but they're actually registered to vote. Make sure they're registered to vote. Help them register to vote. It's easy, it's simple, there's a million ways to do it. If your grandma or your auntie is tired, she doesn't want to get down there, she can do it online. You can drive her down to the supermarket, get her registered on election day. Make sure to call your friends on the phone. Hey, did you get out yet? Let's hook up, we'll go together. Let's all vote together. It's not just about taking personal responsibility. It's about getting out into your neighborhood, getting out into your community, and taking responsibility for the people around you. In the last election, those of us who wanted to have a change, I think we thought it was going to be easy. I think we thought, man, how can this guy get elected again? There's just no way, right? People can't be that stupid. Here we are. With a $1 trillion bill on the plate, and a guy was like, "Later for y'all," going back to Texas so I can hunt. Right. Now we know what happens when you don't get engaged, and now we know what happens when you don't get involved. We know what the result is of taking it easy and letting somebody else make the choice for you. So this year, what I want to leave you with is that it doesn't have to be about doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be about how messed up things are. What Barack Obama is saying, and what all of us are saying together, is that there is a great, bright future ahead of us. But we have to work for it, and we have to come together to work for it. And if every one of us just takes a little bit of responsibility for it, get engaged, speak up, talk to your friends, make those people read that don't read. When those people are watching entertainment tonight, tell them to turn over to the news for 5 minutes and get informed. Inform yourselves so you can have real conversations about what these candidates want to do for the country, because they have very different plans. And one of them, we're on that path. And the other one wants to take us on a new path, and it's a path of positivity, and it's a path of hope, and it's a path